Virginia singer and rapper Chris Brown has been beefing with Quavious Marshall, aka Quavo, from the group The Migos since 2017, and it's all apparently over a woman. Of course, rap beef over a woman isn't exactly uncommon, and I probably wouldn't even be talking about this typically, but now they have taken things further to the point of diss tracks, so I'm here to break it down. The beef started over Karrueche Tron. Chris Brown dated her on and off from about 2011 to 2015, having a bit of a rocky relationship to say the least. In 2017, she filed a restraining order against Chris, and around this time, it was reported that she and Quavo began dating. Prior to this, Chris and Quavo seemed to be friends and were on several songs together. For example, the songs Hold Up and Moses by French Montana. This perceived backstabbing by Quavo to Chris Brown led to an altercation at a BET Awards after party in June 2017. That also being the night of the infamous Joe Budden and Migos issue. Quavo isn't the only member of the Migos that Chris had an issue with, however, as in February 2019, Chris and Offset got into a heated exchange on IG because of Chris sharing a post joking about 21 Savage's arrest by ICE for being an illegal immigrant. Offset replied in the comments calling Chris lame, and Chris proceeded to go off on the Migos member. Chris said he looks like Pootie Tang, the titular character of the 2001 film, and Offset called Chris a cokehead. He also called out Chris for his infamous fight with Rihanna by saying the only people he goes toe-to-toe with are women, and threatens to smack him when he sees them. So clearly his beef was way past a thing with just Quavo at this point. Then in 2021, Quavo and Chris had a brief back and forth on social media as Chris called out Quavo regarding an NBA celebrity game. After Quavo and Jack Harlow won a 2-on-2 against 2 Chainz and Lil Baby, Chris took to IG and stated, "They knew who not to ask for that 2-on-2 basketball. I would've cooked Quavo and Jack, on my soul. Guess they wanted a smoke-free zone." Quavo responded on IG as well by saying, "Chris Brown ain't cooking 9. Call next, nigga." Fast forward to 2024, and things get heated once more. In January 2024, Quavo and Chris were seen seated next to one another during an event for Fashion Week in Paris. Chris, in response to all the people commenting on the situation, sent out the tweet, "Can't pick who you sit by. Fuck all that growth shit. Nigga not finna fumble my bag for little niggas." Or in other words, he wasn't gonna risk starting a fight with Quavo as it could be costly and he didn't deem it worth it. Then on April 11th, Chris Brown released the deluxe edition of his double disc album 1111, which was released on November 10th, 2023. On the deluxe edition is the track Freak featuring Joyner Lucas, Lil Wayne, and T Grizzly. On Chris Brown's verse, he has the lines, "Okay, now fucking my old bitches ain't gonna make us equal. Sipping that 1942 cause I don't do no Cuervo. Freak bitch, she like Casamigos, not the Migos. I don't fuck with bougie bitches, man, that shit is all hype." Cuervo being a type of liquor and sounding like Quavo, and the reference to the Migos hit song Bad and Bougie make it pretty clear that this is a line aimed at Quavo for getting with Chris's ex. Maybe he decided to hit Quavo on wax because the Fashion Week event reignited some feeling in him. Either way though, Quavo responded to this track shortly afterwards with the track Tender. On the chorus, Quavo says, "You did the bitch wrong and now the bitch gone. She posted with a thug, called the bitch phone. She won't come home. Don't beat her up, it must be the drugs. Need to cross out your plug." That of course being a reference to Chris Brown's fight with Rihanna and the allegations of domestic violence with Karrueche, which caused her to get a restraining order on him in the first place. Quavo proceeds to give some lines poking Chris Brown for being jealous or tender, as he says in the song and title. In the second verse he has the lines, "Wiping your nose with the tissue, not wiping no snot, tell me little bro what's your issue? It's over a thought, you said that it's bigger than that, but no it's not, it's cause I be digging in that, it got him hot, I'm giving respect, but I know you not, your bitch on my neck, your bitch at the spot." Which is yet again calling Chris out for his alleged cocaine habit and for being jealous over Karrueche. Overall, the track is an auto-tuned mess to me. I'm not a fan of it. Essentially, like I said, poking fun at Chris and bragging about getting with his ex. Chris responded to Tender about a week later with the track Weakest Link. This is one of those rare occasions where I liked that the singer turned to rapping. The song starts with a quote from the 1973 film The Mac and then an alleged voicemail from Quavo saying that he doesn't want any issues and he doesn't want to fight Chris. Not sure whether it's AI or real, but it definitely sets the tone for the track. The chorus of the track interpolates the chorus from the 2021 Nardo Wick hit single Who Wants Smoke. Chris has the lines, Quavo talking like he a thug, nigga you a bitch with dreads. Can't wait to see the day that you back up all that shit you said. What's all that boss shit you talking? You ain't no huncho nigga. You the weakest link out of your clique, let's keep it a hundo nigga. Chris brings up a debatable thing here. Some consider Takeoff the best member of the Migos, and Quavo and Takeoff had a duo album together titled Only Built for Infinity Links, released in October 2022, shortly before the murder of Takeoff. So if Takeoff is the best, then Quavo would be the weakest link. Chris goes on to bring up an ex of Quavo with the lines, you fucked my ex-hoe, that's cool. I don't give no fuck, lil nigga, cause I fucked your ex when you were still with her. Bitch, I'm up, lil nigga. They say revenge is sweet. Now think about that shit. Don't let that line go over your head. I might just sing about that shit. I had her fiending about that dick. There's something sweet about that shit. I got some tea about that bitch, but I ain't gonna speak about that shit. Given the word sweet being used in the lines, it would appear to be a reference to Quavo's ex, Sweetie. Back in 2021, a recording leaked of a physical altercation between Quavo and Sweetie in an elevator. According to these lines from Chris, he slept with Sweetie and she had some words to tell him about Quavo, which he hasn't said yet. Pillow talking and all that. He then goes on to mention the Fashion Week event seating with the lines, Fashion Week they sat me next to your lame ass. I was truly mad. All I kept thinking about was breaking your face, but I gave you a pass. You lucky I didn't want to fuck the money up, boy. I would have broke you in half. From images of the two seated at the event, several people would say that Chris looked quite angry to have to be seated next to Quavo. So yeah, I believe that he thought about fighting Quavo there. What the outcome of that would have been would not have been good for his wallet, as he says he didn't want to F the money up. The most egregious lines from this whole diss track though follow shortly with, RIP Takeoff, he the only real one that got true respect. Crazy how when he died, everybody really wished it was you instead. That was a mic drop moment, and really there's not much else to be said after that. Completely disrespectful. He ends the verse with the lines, I'll run your ass through the ringer, nigga. You just got bodied by a singing nigga. Which of course is interpolating a line from Back to Back, one of Drake's diss tracks to Meek Mill. Personally, I like the track. Chris really went off. I don't agree with lines like that one about Takeoff's death personally, but what side of the fence are you on? What is really off limits in a diss track? Since the release of the diss track, Saweetie has seemingly responded to being mentioned in the track, hinting that she might be responding on a song herself. Quavo has since seemingly responded by posting a picture of Young Thug on trial in court, not looking amused. Let's see what comes next from this. It seems to be a good time for rap diss tracks. Do you think Quavo will put out another diss track? Hopefully, this one will be better. Is it ridiculous to be beefing over your ex dating an associate or friend of yours? What do you think about the diss tracks between the two? Let me know in the comment section below, and as always, remember to click the thumbs up button if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow on all platforms, and become a YouTube member or patron to support the channel further and unlock certain perks.